Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rock Studios. I'm Stan Miller. I'm PR and Analyst Relations Manager for Rockwell Automation in the EMEA region, and I'm joined today by Simone Capponcelli. He is Sales Manager and Division Coordinator for IMA E-Commerce Division. Simone, welcome to the studio.
Thanks, Stan. It's a pleasure being here.
So we're here today to talk about turning e-commerce packaging from a potential cost center to a competitive edge. E-commerce, huge topic that touches so many of our lives. So we're really excited to get into the topic. But before we do, could you tell us a little bit about IMA E-Commerce and your role in it?
IMA E-Commerce is one of the youngest divisions of IMA Group. We have been established on January 1st, 2023, and we design and manufacture packaging machines tailored for e-fulfillment and intralogistics. We are part of a much larger group of companies with a lot of experience and a lot of machines deployed on the market, and we are taking advantage of that technology already existing within the group to be applied specifically to e-fulfillment.
That's excellent background for our conversation. Let's get into the questions. In your experience, what system-level gains tend to resonate most with the e-commerce executives that you speak with? And how do you show evidence of ROI early in the discussion?
So executives in e-fulfillment, like in a lot of other markets, are looking to see how automation impacts their operations. In e-com, three main factors, I would say. One is labor cost reduction, then we have improving the freight cost, and the sustainability part of it. For example, packaging automation in e-fulfillment can remove from manual packaging all the non-value add work, so like erecting a box, taping a box, applying a label, and so on, and shifting that labor toward the more high-value actions. And this is very important because the labor market has quite a shortage right now, very high recruitment and retention cost. So that's a key factor, being able to optimize labor. On freight optimization, executives are looking to see how they can reduce the cost per box, and what we can offer with our solutions is improve their dim weight, making smaller fit to size boxes, and this has a direct impact to the cost per box first, but also on CO2 emissions. You fit more boxes on a truck, you have less CO2 emissions, and you are more ESG compliant. How we make them comfortable with our solutions, we bring them data. We provide successful use cases we have already deployed, site simulations. We use digital tools to show them how their fulfillment center would look like after having implemented automation. We work with them in building the ROI, and as soon as they have seen that all these factors are driving in the direction of cost optimization, then they start seeing automation as a strategic lever.
Wow, Simone. So I'm hearing optimizing the workforce, I'm hearing increasing of efficiency, and of certainly driving sustainability. These are huge drivers. Excellent context. Let me ask you, brand owners are increasingly expecting machine suppliers to guide projects to keep the total cost of ownership on track. What is IMA's strategy to address that challenge, and how has the typical engagement model evolved to deliver a consultative approach? And if I could add on to that, what mindset shifts does it demand on both sides?
That's a great question. We are seeing a huge shift. The time we were just quoting a machine and negotiate the price are gone. In a lot of different markets, but especially in e-commerce and 3PL world, executives expect partners to be long-term partners with them, to engage in an earlier stage of the process and to propose the best solution we can offer, but also in parallel to be able sometimes to say that maybe basing on their current process flow and their volumes, automation at that point doesn't make sense or doesn't make sense yet. So we are usually engaged at a very early stage of the discussion when the layout of the warehouse or the distribution center is still under definition, and when they are still debating if automation is a good option for them, especially for packaging. So what we can do, we can bring to the table our experience. We can help them with the return of investment calculation, with the ergonomics, with the process flow, with the simulations, as well as how our machines can be integrated with their digital infrastructure. For us, it's a change in the mindset, more from like a sales rep approach to a consultant approach. And for the customers too, we see less decision taken on pure pricing or pure conditions, while they think more and more to the overall life cycle value of the solutions they are considering, because with modular and flexible systems, they are also capable to adapt them multiple times during the lifetime of the machine, so evolving together with their operations.
Love that, combining the technology with the domain expertise to really deliver value for the client. What new possibilities does a single platform architecture unlock? How does it pave the way for circular economy pilots at scale? And could you help us understand what technology innovations are at the core of IMA's solution?
I'd say that the single architecture platform is a game changer, both for us as a supplier and for our customers. For the supplier, a single platform based on modules is a huge advantage because it allows us to manufacture machines in batches, having always units available in stock ready for customizations based on a specific use case, and this helps in cutting very much the lead times. These modules are easy to test, install, and maintain, and when we build a full turnkey solution for a customer, obviously the layout and the integration are fully customized basing on the specific use case and basing on the needs, but the modules composing the solutions are always the same fully proven ones. For the customer, using a modular platform helps very much in making sure that the solution they are installing is future-proof. So these modules can be adapted multiple times during their lifetime, because like in a world that is changing like e-commerce, and where, for example, 3PLs are playing a big role, and 3PLs have most of the time short-time contracts with their own customers, and they need extreme flexibility. If they can modify the setup at their operations basing on the needs with minor investments, it's a huge help in thinking that automation is the solution and can grow together with them.
Oh, that's excellent. Simone, looking years ahead, which innovations will be critical to make every outbound shipping box as space efficient, secure, and low impact as possible?
I'd say that fit to size packaging will become a must, not only to allow end users to improve their shipping costs, but also to comply with the new legislations that will be soon in place in several countries in the world. To give you an example, the European Community will be putting in place a new sustainable packaging law by 2030, and this is aiming to reduce packaging waste to remove plastic as much as possible from the process and make more sustainable shipments. One of the main directions that this new legislation is giving is that every box, the void space in every box, must not exceed 50% of the overall volume. And that's, in my opinion, very difficult to achieve without packaging automation and without having cubic algorithms helping you in defining the most suitable range of boxes to use in order to optimize the volume specs. And these cubic algorithms are using historical data, are using information on consumptions and on volumes shipped, and without having automation in place, it's quite difficult to take advantage of that. And then there is the sustainability part in packaging materials. So we are seeing a shift in the direction of eco-friendly materials, mostly paper-based, to make every shipment more friendly for the environment. On our machines, for example, we use water-activated tape to seal boxes that is 100% recyclable, and it's also tamper evident as soon as it's applied. So it also ensures packaging, the package integrity. So the goal is to ship smaller, smarter and eco-friendly boxes. And this is the direction also we are taking on our end when we design the future machines of IMA E-Commerce.
You know, I can tell you that just as a consumer, if I receive a package and it's a small item in a really big box, it's very frustrating. And I don't feel good as a consumer when I have that experience. So it's great to understand how IMA addresses this challenge of making things so space efficient. Really interesting, Simone. Thank you for sharing that. One last question for you, and I'm really curious to understand, how has collaborating with Rockwell Automation accelerated innovation and global deployment for IMA's customers? And what new possibilities do you see emerging from this partnership over the next few years?
So Rockwell has been a key player for us to help with the global rollout we are doing with our solutions, and also a driver of innovation for us, especially with the customers that are already engaged on your solutions and on your platforms. Rockwell is a market leader in North America. That is one of the most important markets for e-fulfillment. And you have long-lasting relationships with a lot of the main players of the industry, like integrators, 3PL, and end users. So that's key for us to establish new connections on both sides and grow the opportunities we can work together on. Our machines are made in Italy, in Bologna, and Rockwell has a very strong presence in our region. So we have a team visiting us on weekly basis and able to support us every time we have a need. So that's extremely important to receive that level of local service. So I believe that together we can grow and bring to the market the next generation of e-fulfillment automation that should be smart, flexible, modular, and eco-friendly.
Simone, this has been a great discussion, and you've really helped, as you're interviewing you, just really given great detail and insight into what's happening in e-commerce, how the technology drives the outcomes, and how IMA is evolving and growing this business. So I have to say, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks so much.
And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about industrial automation and digital transformation, visit rockwellautomation.com.